So Pokemon have announced that a Pokemon Presents is coming, and it is coming this Friday. Okay, we at 1UP, mainly me, are pretty big Pokemon fans, so we needed to take this opportunity to talk about our predictions for this Pokemon Presents happening on Pokemon Day. Now, a lot of this is going to be leak stuff that we kind of already know about, stuff that's definitely going to happen, and a couple of like real dreams in there. I'm talking Field of Dream moments, stuff that if it ever happened, I would be just like overly hyped, more hyped than anybody on the planet could ever be about this stuff. So join me as I take you through my predictions for Pokemon Day's Pokemon Presents. Okay, my first prediction. Now this one feels like a bit of a surefire bet. Pokemon Go. We're probably going to get the announcement of some new raids, some new features, maybe some new items. I don't know. I haven't really played Pokemon Go a lot in the last year, but I think that Pokemon Go at a Pokemon Presents, especially one on Pokemon Day, that feels like a surefire bet. And I would be really surprised if we didn't see it at all. Next is Pokemon Masters EX. Probably going to get some new trainer announcements. They're going to get all the mobile games out of the way. You know, Cafe Mix will probably be there. Go, like I just said. Pokemon Sleep is probably going to get some new Pokemon announced. And then you've got TCG Pocket. Now, TCG Pocket is probably going to have a bigger presence at this thing than we think. I think we're going to get the announcement of the next set. More in line with the set that dropped after Genetic Apex. Not like the newest one that we just got, like a big set, but something more along the lines of that small Mew set. I forget the name of the set off the top of my head. It was, Mythical Island. Mythical Island is probably going to be more in line of what I'm thinking for this set, and I think it's probably going to launch the same day. I can see them being like, this is whatever they go with. These are the pool Pokemon, and they're going to help build upon the decks for Space Time that we've just released. So, yeah, I can see that happening. I can see there being a pretty hype moment. I can see them literally being like, and you can go and get these cards right now. I think we're probably going to get some updates on some Pokemon anime, okay? The anime is going to get an announcement, or the announcement of a new movie. I think a new movie announcement would be pretty cool. So yeah, probably Horizon next season. We're probably going to get a look at that. Maybe a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a hype trailer, maybe something like that. Perhaps some more information on a new movie, a new animated movie would be pretty cool. But I think the main thing that we're going to see in regards to the anime, because it feels weird to sort of drop it anywhere else, and Netflix have already confirmed that Season 2 is coming, is we're probably going to get our first teaser for Pokemon Concierge over on Netflix. We've already said Season 2 is coming. I think this would be the perfect place to sort of start teasing it. Season 1 was really good. I think Season 1 was very, very popular. Popular enough for it to already be getting a second season, so I think if they want to start that hype early, this is the place to do it. Now, we're going to start moving into stuff that may not happen, or stuff that would just be too hype if it did happen. First off, it might be hype, but I don't know, with Pocket being a thing now. They did that classic collection. Was that last year or was it the year before? I'm not sure. But maybe an actual something to do with the physical TCG. Maybe the announcement of like a new special set that introduces a new type of card. We literally just got that set that introduced like the Master Balls cards that everyone's going for. We've had sets introduce shiny Pokemon. So it'd be cool if they dropped the announcement or just a look at the next set of Pokemon cards. That could be some sort of special set just to align with the whole Pokemon Day celebrations. But yeah, it'd be super cool to see them at least talk about the physical TCG. But like I said, I think Pocket is so popular right now that they're really going to focus primarily on their digital TCG over their physical one, even though I'm pretty sure the physical one is probably bringing them in just as many dollars as the digital one. Okay, I have in front of me my list, and on my list is some crazy stuff that, like, when I write these predictions and I do these sorts of videos, I often tend to just go absolutely mental and just start writing down whatever dream I have and whatever I would love to see. So we're gonna try and keep it together. Let's talk about what will probably most definitely be there, and that's Pokemon ZA. So we're probably finally gonna get a decent look at this game. It's rumored that it's not a Switch 2 game, it is a Nintendo Switch game, so I can see this being like a game coming out in like June, July. So they probably want to get as much information out here as possible. I'd love a big 10-minute section of this Pokemon Presents just being all about this game, all about the features. We know they're bringing back Mega Evolutions. People have been asking, you know, it's a Legends game. What are those starters going to be? And I have a little prediction for what the starters are going to be. These are personally what I would love to see be the starters. Chimchar for our fire starter. I just think Chimchar is having a little bit of a resurgence in popularity right now. He just got a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can earn in the TCG Pocket. So I think Chimchar would be a really good choice. Totodile, because he is personally one of my favorite Pokemon ever. I love Totodile, and I just want to see Totodile in every game possible. And I just thought for the grass type, I'd pick something super far out of left field. Just something so random that I don't think anybody like could have guessed it. If it ends up being true, that's mental. I picked Turtwig. I don't know why, but I think Turtwig's a cool Pokemon, and I just think it'd be really cool if he was the grass starter for this game. And I'd love to have the opportunity to play a little Turtwig again. I had some like little caveats. Like, I know we're going to see this game, so I decided I'll pick the starters. And I also think that we will see 3 Mega Evolutions shown. 3 brand new Mega Evolutions we've never seen before from Pokemon that have probably been created. So I think we're going to see 3 new Mega Evolutions for Pokemon that we've never seen before. Not Pokemon we've never seen, just 3 Mega Evolutions that have never been seen before. Brand new for Pokemon that have never had a Mega Evolution. And I don't have any guesses on what they could be. Honestly, I sat here and I racked my brain about what I'd want to see, but Mega Evolution is my favorite thing that Pokemon ever introduced. I thought Mega Evolutions were the coolest thing ever, and it had a lot of history, you know, back in the day in the first Pokemon game where they're talking about a mysterious rock that doesn't do anything, and then years later these mysterious rocks are suddenly used for Mega Evolution, was just such a cool thing. Like, have they been thinking about this? Of course they weren't thinking about it, but they thought of a really cool way to tie it in. I think we've really lost our way when it comes to gimmicks in Pokemon games. You know, Z moves were fine. Terrestrialization, I absolutely hate. I hate their stupid little diamond hats. I hate them. I hate it so much. I just think it's so gimmicky and it's so dumb. Dynamax was fine. You know, Dynamax is okay. But Mega Evolutions, in my opinion, were the peak and pinnacle of these gimmicks for Pokemon. And I'm so happy Mega Evolution's coming back. I hope they run with it. I hope Mega Evolution is back in a big way and everybody appreciates it being back and everybody just wants to Mega Evolve for the rest of Pokemon time. I just want to Mega Evolve. I'm so glad it's back. But yeah, I think we'll see at least 3 Mega Evolution Pokemon in this like presentation for ZA. All right, now we're getting into what I would consider absolute crazy territory. Like, this stuff is probably not gonna happen. I'm literally dreaming, but if it did, I would lose my mind. So let's just get into this, okay? Black and White remakes. I think it's time. You know, like, I think Black and White, they get enough love from the community. I think they're some of the most popular games. I'm ready for a remake. And if this is going to get some hate, I think the remakes will probably be in the same style as the Diamond and Pearl remakes, which people hated, the little chibi style. I didn't. I kind of liked it. I kind of enjoyed it quite a bit. So I'm down for a Black and White remake in that chibi style. No one's going to be happy about it. No one's going to want it. Will they do it again? Look, with the backlash that Diamond and Pearl got, probably not. But I think that would be super cool. Do I think we're going to see it? I think out of all the crazy predictions I've got coming up, this has probably got the best shot. I think it would make sense. Thinking about it, like, ZA is like effectively a Nintendo Switch game, not a Switch 2 game. So I could totally see them being like, they want to get this out the door. So it could come out around the same time as the Switch 2. And June, July is where I'm thinking we're going to see ZA come out. So if they still want to have a big game for the Christmas period, you know, the November period, you could definitely drop a Black and White remake, and I think it would sell gangbusters. I think people would be really into it. But again, that's, you know, that's a maybe at this point. Hopefully it happens. I would love for it to happen. But yeah, again, we're just going to have to wait and see. Next, I think it's time. I think it's not going to happen. but we definitely need Let's Go sequels, okay? We need, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were banging games. They were really fun. They were really cool. They were a great way to get people into playing Pokemon Go. It was just a marketing tool for Pokemon Go, I'm convinced. But I think Johto Pokemon Let's Go games, Let's Go Johto would pop off. And I think people have been asking for it for a long time. Do I think we'll get it? Absolutely not. But I feel like if I just keep predicting it whenever it comes to a Pokemon Presents, eventually I will get lucky and it will just happen. The second I see one of those plushies in the background, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to be like, I knew it. That was another thing I had for my black and white, is that I think if those remakes are getting announced, there will be a Reshiram and Zekrom plushies in the background. There's always plushies in the background, and I think those plushies will make an appearance at some point in the show. Mark my words, they will be there. Okay, next. A tease for Gen 10. Okay, the next generation of Pokemon will be teased. And I think we're also going to get a little tease for something to be announced during the Nintendo Switch 2 event. Crazy, I know. But I think there's a high possibility. I think Pokemon showing up at the Nintendo Switch 2 event is just something that sort of has to happen. I think people are expecting it to kind of happen. Pokemon and Nintendo are like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? They just go together. You can't think of one without the other sometimes. So I think it would be super cool to have a tease for Gen 10 and then get a proper trailer for what will be the next generation of Pokemon at the Nintendo Switch 2 event. Will it happen? God, no. Would it be hype if it did? You're damn right it would be. You're damn right it would be hype. And I would be the happiest man in the freaking world if that happened. I'm ready for some new Pokemon, guys. I'm ready for a brand new take on Pokemon. And I think Gen 10 is actually going to be that new take that we've been waiting for. I think Scarlet and Violet were a misstep. I think they know Scarlet and Violet were a misstep. And I think that's why they've sort of taken their time with the next generation. I think they really want to make sure that they're doing it right. And when it drops, it is the best that Pokemon could possibly be. Now, there was a new rumor that dropped, it was either today or yesterday, about a brand new game. Okay, now Synapse, I think, is the code name. Now, people can't tell if Synapse and this other game called Pokemon Clash are the same game or not. Synapse was likened to Splatoon, like a Splatoon-ish Pokemon game, whereas Clash has been likened to Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. So the leak itself says that Pokemon Clash is a new spin-off game. 2 teams of 6 battle in various game modes. One mode plays like Capture the Flag. Each team has to defend a point while trying to claim the other team's points. Another team fighting to claim a crown. The team that held it for the longest wins. An elimination mode, teams with the most knockouts at the end wins. And yeah, it's apparently very, very similar to Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. Do I think we'll see this game? Probably. It's leaking pretty heavily, whatever this is. I think it's going to slot right in there with Unite, who's probably also going to have a new content drop. I didn't even bother predicting that because I feel like that is the most sure thing in the world out of a Pokemon Presents, as that Unite will be there with a new Pokemon. So, I don't know what that Pokemon will be, by the way. So, is Clash going to happen? Probably. Are Synapse and Clash the same thing? I hope not. It'd be super hype to have 2 new games announced. A Splatoon-type Pokemon game and a Overwatch-type Pokemon game. Slotting right out there in there, like Unite, their MOBA Pokemon game. Like, Pokemon are trying to take over. And I think 2 new games being announced would be a optimal way to do it. I think they could do it. I'd be pretty hyped if they did it. But there's only one thing that would get me more hyped than this. And that is another rumor that I was actually talking about. I think I literally spoke about it in the last podcast where we spoke about Pokemon, the Pokemon Presents. So that would have been last Pokemon Presents. And that is an upcoming Pokemon Classics collection. And it would be the most hype thing ever. So there have been some rumors to support this, which is insane to me, that apparently there is a Classics collection happening. It will contain Gens 1 to 3. It will have Pokemon Memories Red, Gold, Ruby, and Fire Red. That will be one of the collections. And Pokemon It doesn't have the name for this one, but that one will have blue, silver, sapphire, and leaf green. And you'll be able to purchase yellow, crystal, and emerald digitally. It will have Pokemon Home support, and it will supposedly launch March 13th. Now, this is where I'm gonna expand on it. There's been a lot of talk and photos online. I don't know if you guys have seen that photo. If I'm a good YouTuber, boop, it's up on the screen, of the screen attachment for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I think this screen attachment could actually be a thing that could actually launch. And if it does, that's when I think we're gonna see the Classic Collection 2 from Pokemon that will be comprised of the Nintendo DS Pokemon titles. And I think that would be hype as hell. And I think it will also have home support, and I think this will be the new way for everybody to enjoy these Pokemon games rather than trying to track down carts that are way too expensive. I am somebody that's going to say this though. I think if you have the opportunity to play an original Pokemon game in its original form, you should 100% do it. I stand by that. I love that. You should do that. But if you haven't got that luxury, this will be the optimal and ultimate way to do it. A classic collection, and I feel like this is something I've been talking about for so long. If this top screen, which they have got patents for, if it does turn out to be real, I just think the first thing that needs to happen is this Classic Collection or Classic Collection 2 that comprises all the Nintendo DS Pokemon games. I just think that would be the most hyped thing ever. Will it ever happen? I'd like to think in my heart of hearts that one day we will get a collection. Even just putting those games on the Nintendo Online offering would be amazing. But if you're able to offer it to us with home support, a way to get these Pokemon like from game to game, because I think that would be like, just personally, like a super cool challenge on like stream or like a YouTube series where I take one Pokemon from the original Pokemon all the way up to Pokemon ZA or a black and white remake or whatever Gen 10 is, and me and that Pokemon go on our own Pokemon journey. Like, I feel like that would be hype as hell, and that would be so much fun, and I've said it out loud, so any other YouTuber out there, don't steal it. That's my idea. That's my idea. But yeah, I just think that would be so cool, and I think that is the one prediction or thing that I would want so bad and so much that will be my greatest disappointment when I get to the end of this Pokemon Presents this Friday. But that is going to do it for me, guys. Those have been my predictions, hopes, wants, and dreams for the Pokemon Presents happening on Pokemon Day for 2025. If you want to keep up to date with everything we're doing, head over to oneupgames.com, which is where you will also find the Australian times for the Pokemon Presents. So if you're in a weird part of Australia, or, you know, Australia always has those weird, oh, it's happening at this time, this time, this time. We have all those times listed on our website, so be sure to go and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like the video and subscribe. It's a great way to let us know that you want more stuff like this. And also, if you have any wacky, weird predictions, if you disagree with any of mine, agree with any of mine, or just want to join in on my hype, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. You guys want to talk to me, I want to talk to you. But yeah, we will be back sometime this week with our reactions to the Pokemon Presents. I will be reacting to it, getting super hyped. So if you want to get super hyped with me, you can definitely check out our reaction. Don't know if we're streaming it live, but if we do, you can find the Twitch below. And yeah, at some point I'll start streaming on YouTube this year. That way we can do these reactions here on YouTube. But that is going to do it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, may all of your games be good ones, and I will catch you guys in the next video.